Washington. This is TBD News with Morris Jones.
All of us try to protect our reputation, and it's also important to know what people are saying and writing about you when it comes to your credit. Rodney Anderson joins me on set. He's a recognized financial authority and knows all about credit scores. You've got a new book, Credit 911, which is so important for these economic times because a lot of people out there, self-included, when we have financial issues, people are out of work, the first thing that gets hit is their credit score, and it's so hard to bring that back up.
Absolutely. Many people are one missed paycheck away, are one illness away from financial disaster, and you have to ask yourself, how do I protect my credit? What do I do during these periods of time? And most of us don't know because you didn't get it, you weren't taught in high school or college or anything like that.
Exactly, and it's so important. We do protect our reputation, but we think of that in the workplace, or what our relatives, what our friends, what our business associates think of, and we can say, hey, wait a minute, I didn't do that, but your credit score and what's being done on your credit report, we don't always know what's being done unless we actively investigate our own credit.
Well, and 144 million working age adults have not reviewed their credit in the last 1 year. And here's basically what happens. There's secrets and strategies that you have to understand about credit. For example, what's called capacity. 30% of your credit rating is basically how many lines of credit do you have versus how many balances do you have on those lines. So let's say you have 5 credit cards that are open and you have balances on one of them. You're at 20% capacity. But if you close those 4 accounts you're not using, you have balances on one account, you have one account open, you're at 100% capacity, and you just dropped your credit rating and you don't even know it.
There are certain credit score numbers. What do we need to hear about those? Because they're on TV all the time now.
Well, you always want to pay attention normally to what's called your FICO score. That's
Yes.
the most widely used. 740 and above will always get you the best rates. You want to make sure if you have low credit scores that you're working on them to gain more momentum, because by doing that you'll get the best interest rates that are out there. What really happens though is people get caught up in being right. And I tell people the first thing you have to do is raise your right hand, repeat after me. I am not always right, because what happens is people have these small collections on their credit report and they say, it's not mine, I'm not going to deal with it. Start dealing with it today, start negotiating with those companies, but you want to negotiate if there's any bad marks on your credit before you pay off a collection, for example. You want it to be removed from your credit, otherwise you just pay it. It stays on there 7 years.
That was my next question. The 7-year rule still holds truth. Bad credit stays up there for 7 years. That's another good point. Get it off of there before you negotiate. Otherwise, it's going to be on there. What's the biggest mistake we all make?
Well, during the holiday season, for example, you walk into the department stores and it's the worst 10% that you'll ever save. It's opening up these credit cards during the holidays that encourage you to save money. Number one, it drops your credit rating because you're opening a brand new account. Number two, they give you a line of credit for $300. You charge $300. You're at 100% capacity. Number three, it's considered a finance company. Finance companies hurt your credit score. So 3 dings against you during the holiday season. You don't want to hurt your credit score.
There you go. Good advice. Credit 911. Rodney Anderson, thanks for being on the Business Report.
We appreciate it.
And yesterday we told you the rumors, and tonight it's fact. D.C. startup Living Social got